What if I told you that ProRes RAW and Premiere didn't have to suck? Say hello to... Now, Adobe doesn't have the best support for ProRes RAW video. In fact, support is a very generous term. There is no white balance control, which I kind of think is the bare minimum for debayering software, but what it does have is a nice little menu here for you to interpret the color space and a little exposure slider. So hey, the fact that it can play back ProRes RAW footage at all is a blessing, I suppose. So along comes Octopus and they give us this awesome plugin. As you can see, there's a lot more options here than what you get in Premiere. So I thought I'd just take you through each of the settings individually just to talk about what they do and how I use them in my workflow. So for each section, you can toggle whether it is using the as shot values or custom values. They have a toggle here for highlight recovery. Now, what is highlight recovery? Highlight recovery is essentially fake dynamic range. It'll give you a little bit extra reach into the highlights. You see, when a sensor clips at the white point, it's not necessarily true that all three channels are clipping, at least not at the same points. And so, maybe you've lost your red channel completely, but there's still a little bit of detail in the blue and the green channel. And by using highlight recovery, we can interpolate that to create detail. They also have a drop down for texture, analog and digital. Now I think there's a little bit more art than science here, and in some ways you have to ask yourself, why would you want to bake in texture or noise detail this early in your image pipeline? But in today's modern world, you have these profiles now on things like the Alexa 35 where you can dial in your texture. I think it's a little gimmicky. However, when you set that analog texture to the right number, you know that you're an artist now. So that's great. You have exposure control. Under tone, you have tone adjustments for contrast, highlights, and shadows. Under color, you can actually meaningfully adjust white balance in a way that Premiere would not let you do before. Now for ProRes RAW, this is as close as it gets to a true white balance adjustment. Under transfer, you have controls over how you interpret the gamma curve and the color space transforms. Octopus RAW Studio is $100, pretty expensive, and so why did I pull the trigger on it? Well, I want to support not just third-party plugins, but utility-based third-party plugins. Adobe's been asleep at the wheel with Premiere. I find it crazy that they've done so little to invest into the engine behind Premiere Pro, into the hard coding, into the thing that makes it a more efficient tool. So it's up to now these third-party plugins to give us core functionality improvements. I was excited about the plugin, so I thought you should know about it, and this was my attempt at making a quick video, so that failed. Great.